emotional breakdown. Literally, like, just happened. And oh my god. Wow. Just everything's just like, oh, I look so bad. You. Everything is just so hard. And like doing this whole baby thing with another kid, like if it's gonna work, I don't think, I'm having like second thoughts and I'm crying really bad. And I'm looking at my ring that my ex-boyfriend gave to me, and I'm really emotional right now. So I'm just like, wow, this is like the reality of what it is behind all that, like the smiling in that video. This was one of them. Just well, this is like most of the time me actually just crying the whole time. So I wanted to document that, and I want to make this video just because I know that it's very hard for a lot of people, single moms. It's almost really stressful. Still learning to get over my breakup. It's just like, it's just so much, and it's piling up on me, and I'm just like, oh my god, I feel it. I hit rock bottom so hard, like my life just came crashing down. It's crazy. Obviously, like, I'm very happy with this baby, but it's just, as I had explained before, it's just such bad timing. I'm like not even over my breakup, let alone like, you know, think about this. I definitely put it on myself. I don't know, I'm just having really bad thoughts. I'm sorry. But just like, I just want you guys to know that like it's hard, and this is what it really is like. Even like on camera, how it really is, and I'm not gonna have days where I am happy a lot. Of course, I'm gonna be crying a little bit here and there, and then I'll have my happy videos. But I'm really going through it. It's very hard right now. Very, very hard right now. It's just like everything fell apart. I hit rock bottom. Boom. That's where I'm at right now. I feel so like, I feel so overwhelmed, and I feel so different. I just feel sadder. I just like, my emotions are everywhere, and then I'm pregnant, so I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm very like all over the place, and my emotions are just insane, to be honest. It's kind of like really annoying. My emotions get to me really bad, and I'll just like start sitting. I'm literally like here. This is where I'm at. I am on my floor. That's how emotional I was getting. I was putting on Ali Gotti music. That is some sad music. Oh my gosh, but his voice is really amazing. Totally love that. I'm just trying to get my mind off of it, to be honest. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, that's it, you guys. That's my bad day.
Hello everyone, my name is Marcella, and in today's video I wanted to talk about something that is kind of the biggest topic in life, is dealing with a breakup and all of the emotions and the thoughts that come with it. From my experience, I have never really been in a relationship. I would say I was never even in a relationship until I met my ex. He was something that I experienced a lot with, I did a lot with, and he was the one I really truly felt comfortable with. And there was just something that was making me sad, and that was knowing that I saw my relationship fall apart in front of my eyes. That's the reality of it. So I want to talk about kind of going through a breakup. I might get emotional. I'm trying not to, but it does get really hard, and I do get very emotional with talking about this subject because I really did love my ex very much, the most I've ever loved anybody in my life. To a point where I feel so lonely and I feel so different without him in my life. I'm gonna tell like my story and kind of go from there. Basically, I'm gonna do like a rundown. Basically, I met him in 6th grade. He was the only guy that acknowledged me, asked me to dance. I wasn't able to go. Saw him the next day with a girl. And I was really sad, and I left schools the year after, 7th grade. Came back to Ortiz, 8th grade, wanting him to be there, and he wasn't. 5 years later passed, and my friend said, hey, your ex, I mean, he's my ex now, but hey, look, it's what's his name, he works here. I went on Instagram, I tried texting a whole bunch of guys that had his first and last name, and I finally got through to him, and we started talking, and I told him to meet up with me, and we met up. So we reunited after those 5 years from being away from each other and experiencing our own things. So I thought that it was destined. I thought he was my soulmate. Because you don't get that a lot. When someone leaves, they don't come back most of the time. And it sucks. Because you wish you can tell them how you feel, and then they leave, and then that's it. And I was able to get him back in my life after those 5 years. And we made it official. And now I'm at this point where I do not have him. I do not have him in my life anymore. And that's the reality of it. And I am pregnant with his kid. Found out I was pregnant right after we broke up. About like a week or 2 weeks after. Such bad timing, you guys, and I know I'm not the only one. I bet you other people are out there who are pregnant and just recently broke up with their ex. So it's hard doing co-parenting and then knowing that we're not really on speaking terms right now. We were, then we were friends, and then we stopped, and now we're completely not talking to each other, only for our daughter, Adelina. So, to be honest, I have felt lonely. I have felt really sad, heartbroken. I feel bored. I'm jealous. I'm overanalyzing everything about what he's doing without me. The fear of losing him and the fear of him finding someone else. Letting my thoughts get to me every single day, every day. And just being in a really sad, depressed stage since he left, since my breakup. And it has not been easy at all. At all. It has not been easy. I was doing a lot of research, like love advice and how to get over your ex and how to get your ex back. And a lot of, from what I was watching, was it's very important to do no contact. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know that. Pretty sure you guys are looking at videos too. No contact is a super important thing, and I kept making mistakes in the beginning. I was begging, I was pleading, calling him, asking if we could be friends. Then we became friends, and I couldn't deal with being friend zoned. It hurt me more, so I pushed away from being friends, and I just would call him and ask him how he's doing, and then I would mention the breakup, about how I want us to get back together, and I just kept mentioning the breakup, and I was doing so much mistakes left and right. And the number one thing is no contact, and it's very hard, very hard. I have gone through no contact recently because me and him got into kind of like a little disagreement over something. He was being kind of rude to me, and he told me to not text him or call him only for Adelina's sake. So that kind of forced me to not call him and not text him. And it's my fault because I didn't accept what he wanted. I wanted what I wanted, and I didn't really listen to what he wanted. And I feel like he purposely did that to me to kind of force me away, to show me that we're like broken up, like enough is enough kind of thing, if that makes any sense. So I've been forced to not text him or call him. It's only been like a week. It just feels so different knowing that I can't text him and call him every day like how I used to. Wondering where he's at. Wondering where my daughter is. There's so many emotions, like thinking about him, and then thinking about if he's with my daughter, who's watching my daughter. Is he inviting someone else where my daughter's there? It's a lot of negative thoughts, and I hate it. And as much as I try to be positive, it's just so hard because I had so much love for this man, and it's just crazy how life can come crashing down so fast and so quickly. In such a split second, you don't even know. You don't even expect it to happen, and it happens, and you're left with not doing nothing because you don't have control over anything. I tried like forcing him to say, okay, I'm coming back. If anything, I feel like it pushed him away more than anything. And I was just getting the same results. The same thing. Every time I called him to talk about the relationship, he just said, maybe later in the future, not right now. My story, I fought a lot with him. We were on and off with fighting a lot, and it was both of us, but definitely me the most, because I was very jealous. I compared myself to everybody. I didn't have trust from my previous, it's not even a relationship. This guy just really fucked me over and played me really bad. And that was like my first ever like crush. Obviously it was my ex-boyfriend, but because he wasn't in my life at the time, I had met a guy who was kind of like how my ex-boyfriend was with me, and I never had a guy like that. So that one hurt me really bad. And that was before I reunited with my ex, and it was very hard for me to believe that he wasn't doing anything behind my back. And it was very hard for me to believe that he can find somebody else so much better than me, and that I'm not enough. I'm not thick like he wants. I'm skinny. I'm not pretty. I don't have a natural beauty. I just had all these negative thoughts that I was constantly telling myself, and I would fight with him, and there would be just little arguments, bickerments, where we would disagree, and then I would get mad, and then I would explode and turn into somebody crazy. And I had really major anxiety, and it didn't make things any better. I had anxiety on top of social anxiety, on top of separation anxiety. Like, whenever he would drop me off when we would get in a fight for some reason, it was just so hard for me to just say, okay, whatever, I'll wait. It was so hard for me. I would call him and I would be so angry and get mad and say I'm fucking done and say all these names to him, and it was just so unnecessary. I did a lot of really crazy things in my relationship. I really did. And fighting from what he told me, the fighting he couldn't do. He had given me chances. I didn't think that was going to be the last chance, and it was. He told me, I gave you chances. And in my eyes, we've been kind of back and forth with our relationship. We got mad and would say we're breaking up, and we would call each other 2-3 hours and get back together. That's usually how it was with us. So I didn't think that he was actually gonna push me away and actually go through a breakup. I didn't know. I didn't take it seriously, because if I knew that this was gonna happen, I would have changed. I thought what he meant was, this is my last chance. I thought, because he's always said that. We've always been like, this is your last chance. Like, if we stop fighting, or if we continue fighting, that's it. No more. Enough is enough. And we would say that, and we would break up and get back together within like a day. It was never like anything like this. It was just a day, or even like 2-3 hours after, we would get back together. So I didn't think anything of it, and I lost him, and I just feel so different. I have all of these emotions in my feeling, in my heart, in my gut, and it's so hard to pretend that I'm okay. Even as a mom, it's so hard to be that positive mom that you need to be for your kids, that everyone wants to see when you have kids. And no one really knows what it's like truly deep down, behind all of those smiles, behind all of those laughs. Somebody's hurting really bad, and that's me. That is me. That really is. I am falling apart. I'm trying to build myself back up, and that's all that I can do, because I tried to make things work. I tried to do things that were a mistake. I thought that I didn't purposely know I was going to get pregnant, but when I found out I was pregnant, I told him, let's try to work it out for the sake of this baby. That was my mistake, because no matter what gets involved, it's really their choice if they want to continue or not. And you got to respect their decision. And I was selfish, and I want to be happy, and my happiness is with him. So I put it on him, telling him how much I miss him, and I didn't appreciate and I didn't accept what he wanted, how his feelings are. And I think I pushed him away pretty far. I don't know if I fully pushed him away. I haven't heard from anything from him. I've never been through this, so it's very hard. I've never did as much as I did with him with any other guy. I never did. I never even kissed any guy before him. I was very in my own bubble. I was very timid. I wasn't into doing those crazy things until I found the right person. And with him, I did everything. I was comfortable with him. He was the only guy that I was comfortable with. He made me feel comfortable in my skin. And I loved that about him. And it's so hard going through this pregnancy, not being with him, thinking about the future, how we're gonna co-parent with our daughter and this one, how we're gonna be able to do little things. Are we gonna be able to be okay with celebrating our daughter's birthday together? Are we not? And it sucks because you don't know how long it will take. You don't. It can take longer than what you expect, and that's so hard. Because when you break up with someone that you love, you right away want it to work out within a couple months. And the reality of it is, it's not about you anymore. It's about your significant other, and if they think you can make them happy again, or if they fell out of love with you, you need to try to bring them back. But when you're in a situation, in a state of mind where you are sad all the time, and you show them that you're sad, they don't want to be with you when you're sad. They want you to better yourself. And like I said, I made a lot of mistakes after this breakup. Doing a lot, crying to him, posting sad stuff on my Instagram, him seeing it, showing him that I'm still sad when I shouldn't. Even though I am sad, I shouldn't be letting him know that I'm sad. And it's just so hard because I love him so much. I know I'm not the only one going through this. I know so many people are going through a breakup with someone that they love. I considered him the love of my life. I will always love him in my heart. And I will always have love for him. And one thing that I can say is I appreciate that I got to reunite with him again. I'm so happy that I had a kid with him. And I have this one that's his as well. This one is really bad timing though because we're not together. But I'm glad he made me his mom to his kids. I'm glad I made my kids with the man of my dreams. I loved him very much in 6th grade, and I didn't even know what love was until I met him. And even after all my high school years before I met him, I would still think about him and still try to find him on Instagram and try to talk to him. It was so hard. I would download Facebook to try to find him. I would even download Messenger to try to text him. It took a long time, and I finally got it. But one thing that I can say is he came in my life at a perfect time. Right after I was heartbroken from that guy. He came into my life and showed me something completely different. He was respectful, loving, and caring. Best man I've ever had in my life, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. I would not. I was happy with what my relationship was, and I took it for granted. I didn't appreciate all I didn't appreciate what I had, and holy fuck, I wish I did. I really wish I did. I am happy for all those happy memories that we had, because I have never been as happy as I was until I met him. I've never been so happy to wake up, to text the person that I love, until I met him. Everything just hit different when I met him. And now it's gone. And it's so heartbreaking to know that it can just disappear so quick and so fast. And you have no control over it. You have no control over who they're texting, who they're hanging out with. He has a car and I don't. So it just gives me so much jealousy issues, wondering he has a car, he has the freedom. He can go anywhere. I don't. I'm stuck at home all the time. I don't have a car. I'm just telling you guys that it's okay to be sad. Because you know what? Holding it in, I feel like I would be in such a worse position if I hold it in. I mean, yeah, I come in my room and I sit on the floor and I cry listening to sad music, and I have my moments where no one's in here. My family's downstairs, my daughter's with her dad, and I'm alone and I'm crying for 2-3 hours, just crying and crying and crying, wishing and praying and wishing to have my life how it used to be. And that's the reality of it. I'm not a strong person, and something like this I can't just get over. I have so much feelings for him still, and my feelings are never gonna go away. I love him so much. And it's just very hard knowing that you tried, and when you tried, that's all you can do, and it's all on them to make the decision. Don't make the mistake that I did, though. Don't beg, don't plead, don't ask for their forgiveness. Don't text them all the time. Try to find ways to text them or to hang out with them. It may seem like it's such a good idea, and that's what I thought in the beginning, and now I feel like I pushed him away further than how I had it. We were on talking terms where I was calling him and we were talking to each other, and now I'm at a point where we are not talking at all. Not even calling. We were even seeing each other after the breakup, and we're not doing that anymore. And I made that mistake. So for anyone who's going through the same thing, don't make the mistake that I did. Give them their space. And it is so hard to say, and it is so hard to tell yourself, okay, this is what I need to do. But it's so true, because the more you don't give them space, the more they're going to lose it for you. And you're really going to feel it. So the best way to deal with a breakup is to grow as yourself. Take this time to become a better you. Learn from the mistakes that you did in your relationship. Understand why you broke up and fix it. Maybe not with them, but whenever they're ready to talk to you, fix it. Don't ruin that chance anymore. And if you're in a situation where you feel like you're going to be broken up and that person gives you that one more chance, believe them. Because I didn't. And it hit me in the gut so hard. So whenever you have that chance, your significant other is giving you that one chance to make it work. Reality check, you gotta make it work before you lose it, and then you really lose yourself. So my advice to you is find something to do. It's okay to cry. You're gonna be in a tough situation for a while, and that's the reality of it. And to not let your emotions and your thoughts get the best of you. It's so hard to be in a thought process where you're like, they're not doing anything behind my back. This and that and that. We're not together, so it doesn't really matter. He is single or she is single. I have no say so. And that is the mindset that you have to be in, because if not, you're going to be in the mindset that I was in, and I still am to this day, just constantly thinking about them, what they're doing, and it brings me down more. I always go on like Instagram thinking he's going to text me, or I open up my phone thinking he's going to text me or call me. I freak out when I get a phone call and I know that it's not him. So take this time to become a better version of yourself. I personally don't believe in going and find someone else after that. I've heard so many different stories from a lot of counselors, love counselors, to say go and start dating again and get your mind off of things. I'm not into that. If I don't have him in my life, I don't want nobody in my life. I really don't, and that's the reality of it. I don't want nobody else in my life. Nobody. I don't want to search. I don't want nobody else in my life unless it's him. But if you think that that's a good option for you, then go and do it. I hear it works. But for me, it is not. And if you guys believe in the same thing as me, if you guys feel like your ex really meant so much to you that you can never go and find someone else, or you're not interested in finding someone else, keep yourself busy. I've been going for walks, and I've been listening to love advice. That's been really helping me. Brad Browning is really good. I love listening to him, or Love Advice TV, Coach Natalie. I love them very much. Any relationship breakup advice. I just started this today, but when I was going for a walk today with my dog, I had headphones in and I was listening to like a podcast basically about relationships and why they fall apart and how to accept it, and it has really helped me, and that's all I've really been watching the most. I've been getting my mind off of things by watching movies, spending time with my puppy that I have, especially now that I'm alone. I get my daughter tomorrow, and I get her all the way up until Friday, and she's with her dad again. So she's with her dad 7 days and she's with me 7 days, and to be honest, those 7 days feel like years. It feels so crazy, and it feels so lonely without her too. So I have just taken the time to spend time with my family a lot more. When I notice I am in a sad state of mind and I'm crying, I leave my phone in my room and I go downstairs and hang out with my family. Talk to them, or listen to them talk, or go and watch a movie with them. Because It's hard. It really is. You just gotta push yourself, and you gotta just appreciate it for what it is. And when they're ready, they'll come to you. And you can't have that thought in your head, that fear that they're going to leave for good. You just need to think positive. That's all that you can do. And you know what? If they do leave for good, at least you know you tried. But you never know, because some people could be in a situation like I am, and we were talking pretty good in the beginning of our breakup. We were going through things together with this pregnancy. He took me to the doctor's appointment. He picked me up, asked about the baby, and now we're at this point. And we haven't talked. And I don't know if he'll ever talk to me again. Tomorrow is when we meet up and get our daughter. I don't know if he's going to talk to me. I don't know. And it sucks, because I'm pretty sure all you guys wish that you can know when it is permanent or when this is just kind of like a temporary thing, but you never know, because it's your significant other's choice to make. Obviously they were the one that broke up with you, so it's your significant others to make that choice to come back to you. And all you can do is be a better version of yourself, so that way when you see them, you're not crying and you're not in a sad place, because it makes you look like you haven't changed. And I guess the biggest thing is to show them that you've changed. And that's what regains their attention to you, I guess. From doing all of my research and videos since this breakup, I have learned a lot. And I have learned that, a lot of the times breakups, they don't tell you the whole story as to why they left. They'll only tell you little bits. And as much as you want to talk to them and tell them what was the real reason, you can't, because you're going to ruin your chances of getting back together with them. So take my advice. Take all of the relationship advice that you see on YouTube. Take it all. Because you never have someone tell you so much about a relationship unless you go on YouTube. YouTube is like my relationship best friend, because it has helped me through so much. And I watch videos over and over, and I'll be sitting here looking at my TV, and I'll be listening, and I feel like I'm getting coached. Maybe not face to face, but I feel like I'm getting coached by a counselor, and I know that there's goodness that comes out of what they say. And I just hope and pray that it happens. And that's all that I can do. That's all that you can do. You tried, you begged, plead, you did your mistakes. Let it go before you fully push them away for good. And then you're really in a bad state of mind. You want them back, you gotta show them that you're okay without them. And you may not be, but you gotta fake it till you make it, I guess. So that's all that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk a lot more, but I always make 40-minute videos, and the last time that I posted, it was 40 minutes. It took about 3 or 4 days to upload. So I just wanted to tell you guys, stay strong. Definitely do something to get your mind off of things. Whenever you do have the time to talk to your ex, always just bring up the good memories. Stop bringing up the reason why you broke up. Be there for them. And if they don't text you, then you know what? Be independent. Figure out your own thing. Take this as a life learning process. Take this as you figuring out who you used to be before you met them, but a better version. And now you know what not to do and what to do. So take that advice from me. Definitely look at relationship videos. Those have helped. Music can really, music is like my healing. So music helps me. Dancing helps me. through a lot, so find what makes you happy and what gets your mind off of something temporary, even if it's for a short amount of time. Get your mind off of this as much as you can. The more you think about it, the more it's really hard on you. And trust me, I would know. So just try to figure things out yourself and hope that everything works out. I know I am. I'm hoping and I'm praying that this all works out in the end. So have a good night, you guys, or good morning, and I will see you guys in my next video.